The easiest way to contrast the interruption marketer with the permission marketer is with an analogy about getting married. It also serves to exemplify how sending multiple, individualized messages over time works better than a single message, no matter how impressive that single message is. To find a mate, the interruption marketer buys an extremely expensive suit, new shoes, fashionable accessories. Then, working with the best database and marketing strategists, selects the demographically ideal singles bar. Walking into the singles bar, the interruption marketer marches up to the nearest person and proposes marriage. If turned down, the interruption marketer repeats this process on every person in the bar. If the interruption marketer comes up empty-handed after spending the entire evening proposing, it's obvious that the blame should be placed on the suit and the shoes. The tailor is fired, the strategy expert who picked the bar is fired, and the interruption marketer tries again at a different singles bar. If this sounds familiar, it should. It's the way most large marketers look at the world. They hire an ad agency. They build fancy ads. They research the ideal place to run the ads. They interrupt people and hope that 1 in 100 will go ahead and buy something. Then, when they fail, they fire their agency. The other way to get married is a lot more fun, a lot more rational, and a lot more successful. It's called dating. A permission marketer goes on a date. If it goes well, the two of them go on another date, and then another, until after 10 or 12 dates, both sides can really communicate with each other about their needs and desires. After 20 dates, they meet each other's families. Finally, after 3 or 4 months of dating, the permission marketer proposes marriage. Permission marketing is just like dating. It turns strangers into friends and friends into lifetime customers. Many of the rules of dating apply, and so do many of the benefits. We can break these rules down into 5 steps to dating your customer. First, every marketer must offer the prospective customer an incentive for volunteering. In the vernacular of dating, that means you have to offer something that makes it interesting enough to go out on a first date. A first date, after all, represents a big investment in time, money, and ego, so there had better be reason enough to volunteer. The incentive you offer to the customer can range from information to entertainment to a sweepstakes to outright payment for the prospect's attention. But the incentive must be overt, obvious, and clearly delivered. Second, using the attention offered by the consumer, the marketer offers a curriculum over time, teaching the consumer about the product or service he has to offer. The permission marketer knows that the first date is an opportunity to sell the other person on a second date. Every step along the way has to be interesting, useful, and relevant. Since the prospect has agreed to pay attention, it's much easier to teach him about your product. Instead of filling each ensuing message with entertainment or with sizzle designed to attract the attention of strangers, the permission marketer is able to focus on product benefits, on specific, focused ways this product will help that prospect. Without question, this ability to talk freely over time is the most powerful element of the permission marketing approach. The third step involves reinforcing the incentive. Over time, any incentive wears out. Just as your date may tire of even the finest restaurant, the prospective customer may show fatigue with the same repeated incentive. The permission marketer must work to reinforce the incentive, to be sure that the attention continues. This is surprisingly easy. Because this is a two-way dialogue, not a narcissistic monologue, the marketer can adjust the incentives being offered and fine-tune them for each prospect. Along with reinforcing the incentive, the fourth step is to increase the level of permission the marketer receives from the potential customer. Now, I won't go into detail on what step of the dating process this corresponds to, but in marketing terms, the goal is to motivate the consumer to give more and more permission over time. Permission to gather more data about the customer's personal life, or hobbies, or interests. Permission to offer a new category of product for the customer's consideration. Permission to provide a product sample. The range of permission you can obtain from a customer is very wide and limited only by its relevance to the customer. Finally, over time, the marketer uses the permission he's obtained to change consumer behavior. That is, get them to say, I do. In other words, the fifth and final step is to leverage your permission into a profitable situation for both of you. Remember, you have access to the most valuable thing a customer can offer, attention. Nothing good is free, and that goes double for permission. Acquiring solid, deep permission from targeted customers is an investment. What's a permission worth? According to their annual report, AOL has paid as much as $300 to get one new customer. American Express invests nearly $150 to get a new cardholder. Does American Express earn enough in fees to justify this expense? Not at all. But the other benefits associated with acquiring the permission to market to a card member outweigh the high cost. Amex sells its customers a wide range of products, not just an American Express card. They also use sophisticated database management tools to track customer behavior so they can tailor offers to individuals. They leverage their permission to increase revenue. Permission marketing isn't as glamorous as hiring Steven Spielberg to direct a commercial starring a bevy of supermodels. It isn't as easy as running an ad a few more times. It isn't as cheap as building a website and hoping that people find it on a search engine. In fact, it's hard work. Worst of all, permission marketing requires patience. Permission marketing campaigns grow over time, the opposite of what most marketers look for these days. And permission marketing requires a leap of faith. Even a bad interruption campaign gets some results right away, while a permission campaign requires infrastructure and a belief in the durability of the permission concept long before it blossoms with success. But unlike interruption marketing, permission marketing is a measurable process. It evolves over time for every company that uses it. It becomes an increasingly valuable asset. The more you commit to permission marketing campaigns, the better they work over time. And these fast-moving, leverageable processes are the key to success in our cluttered age. Permission marketing takes advantage of new technology better than other forms of marketing. The Internet is the greatest direct mail medium of all time, and the low cost of frequent interaction makes it ideal for permission marketing. The leverage that it brings to this new medium, combined with the pervasive clutter that infects the Internet and virtually every other medium, makes permission marketing the most powerful trend in marketing for the next decade. As new forms of media develop and clutter becomes ever more intense, it's the asset of permission that will generate profits for marketers.